Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Yeah, thank you. I just want to say first, all glory to God. Without him, I am nothing.
Power the shove. Hammer Nation, we will see you on Saturday afternoon. Riley Meister gets the point.
Back into left field. Say goodnight to that baseball.
This is another one. It's back to back jacks for KSU Tuscarawas. Needs a point, and it's alive. Hanson pushes it over. Unbelievable. We play on. It's blocked. We're tied. We're tied. Unbelievable.
Game one went quicker than expected, so it is time for game number two. A big matchup between the 1-3 Ohio Hustle and the 4-2 Clutch Elite. Live from Schoonover Stadium in Kent, this is College Tour Baseball on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Once again, I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this afternoon, live from sunny and humid, and as well hot, Kent, Ohio. Man, it is getting warm up here in the press box. It is all wood behind me. We have fans on. We're doing everything we can to try and keep cool and staying with the players, going down on the turf to get the lineup cards in between games. It was brutal down there. Both sides looking to deal with this heat well, especially Ryan Camden on the mound for the Hustle in this matchup. The junior out of Westlake High School maxes at 79 with his fastball, a 69-70 curveball, and a 67-68 changeup. Batted .231 with 4 RBIs this past season in 16 games for Westlake when they bowed out in the district championship game to Archbishop Hoban. As for Clutch Elite, at the top of their order, it'll be Caleb Crothers, Alex Henthron, and Michael Ritterbach. We'll talk about Ritterbach in the 3 spot, a big 2-sport athlete out of Fairless High School in Navarre. More on him in a few moments. Time locally, 12:51, a little ahead of schedule, and our first pitch of game number 2 misses inside for ball 1. On our bingo card of things we're looking for our first home hit today as the home team. The last game, the Warcats got no hit by Kleinbiel. And we're looking for our first extra base hit. A shot will get us underway into center field. Easily attainable and easily caught for out number 1. A simple play out on center for Gibbs to make. And that'll retire Crothers in 2 pitches. 1 up, 1 down, and that'll take things now to Alex Henthron. Henthron wearing number 10 today, a junior out of Massillon High School. Batted .400 this past season, 1 double, 1 triple, 1 home run, and 5 RBIs. Not too shabby at all for Henthron, a really good campaign for the Tigers. We did see them earlier on this season, a game that was going back and forth between a tie and a win for Alliance, and in the end, they finished the game at Massillon. Alliance got the win 5-4. Camden's 0-1. Another ball hit to Gibbs in center field. And he is 2 for 2. He is making quick work of this lineup as there is out number 2. Good contact to begin, though, for Clutch Elite. They're jumping out early, which is something we really did not see from the Warcats. And if they are to be successful in this game, they have to do just that. And now it's time to turn to Michael Ritterbach, the junior out of Fairless High School. One heck of an athlete for the Falcons, and one heck of an athlete here for Clutch Elite. It's a 2-out single for Ritterbach. Just a great junior campaign for him all the way around. 5'10", 180. He is exactly what you want to see out of your starting quarterback in the Pac-7. Was first team Pac-7 for baseball, batting .459 in 28 games. Had a 2.38 ERA. On top of that, has a 4.213 GPA. So besides being a standout 2-star athlete, he is also one heck of an honor student. For comparison, no sports, I had a 4.3. Sometimes we see kids who did a little bit better than I did, but who's counting? I give the athletes a lot more credit than I gave myself, as you have to balance so much more. And there's a reason why you look at all the college athletes nowadays. It helps them get jobs after school. If you can balance your time as a student athlete and also have good grades and maybe even compete for some conference titles or some national titles, it'll help. Back pick going down to first, not in time. Ritterbeck able to dive back in. But even student assistants, which a lot of my friends happen to be for Mount Union football, it's not easy to balance that time. But you figure it out, and that is a good life skill to have. Nice block on the dirt, but it's going to get away, and Ritterbeck will take second in the process. So Clutch Elite's first run of the day stands in scoring position. Some good base running all together for the visitors today. But still some work to do for Vugrin, the DH in the batter's box. Batting fourth today out of Glen Oak High School. And he will take ball 4. So 2-on-2 down, a little rally brewing here for Clutch Elite. And that'll bring us over to Braden Bergeron, the catcher. Bergeron, we're number 35 today, a junior out of Dover High School. Last weekend, 9 for 13, batting .615 with 9 RBIs and 2 throwouts behind the plate. A really good start to his season, of course. Clutch going 4-2 in their first tournament. A big reason why is big 3-5 in the batter's box. Trying to keep up his excellent form so far this summer. As well, a sub-2 pop time on the low end, on the high end, a 2.21. So not too shabby defensively either, given the measurables. Camden's 1-0. Foul. A good swing down the right field line, just couldn't keep it fair. In the bottom of the first inning for Hustle, it is going to be Fenton, Berlin, and Kearns, 1 through 3 due up. Once again, for those just tuning in, this game getting an earlier start time due to a quick completion in game number 1. Camden's 1-1, connects on the inner portion. So now 1-2 counts. Bergeron looking to give Clutch an early 1-0 lead. Camden trying to get out of this jam. 1 hit, 1 walk surrendered this inning. Camden's 1-2. It will go outside and just miss. And that'll even us up at 2 apiece. The on-deck circle will go to Werns, the junior out of Riverview High School in Warsaw, Ohio. The middle of the order trying to create some damage. Camden tries it again. The 2-2 is poked foul. A good cut from Bergeron, just needs to find a way to straighten one out. Again, we haven't seen an extra base hit yet today. We've barely seen base hits. It was free pass after free pass in game number 1. Camden's 2-2. A liner up the middle and through into center field. It just sneaks by. They will send the lead runner Ritterbeck home, and he will score. It's an RBI single for Bergeron. The good times continue to roll for the catcher. Make it 1-0 Clutch Elites. Just a perfectly placed ball right back up the middle. We've seen that with 2 strikes this entire day. But now in the summer, 10 for 14, 10 RBIs. Braden Bergeron has caught fire after a solid season for the Dover Tornadoes. Stays with the somewhat crimson, as the Tornadoes have that in front of their nickname. And now it is going to go to Werns, the junior out of Riverview. Still 2 on, 2 down, but a nice little rally here for Clutch Elite, putting the pieces together and striking first. That time fouled back. But 6'2", 240, tops out at 78 on the mound. And we will see Werns over at first base in the bottom of the inning. Camden's 1-1, a good drive deep to right field, and that one is going to be off the scoreboard and gone. It is going to be a 3-run shot for McGuire Werns, and that'll make it 4-0 Clutch Elites. That scoreboard just got a visitor. What a shot from the first baseman. Absolutely uncorked, and the rest is history. I thought the ball was going to get down off of it, and then in the end just hung high. But 4-0, the base is clear like that. Clutch is indeed elite. That 5-6 punch is filthy. It's unfair almost. But they will go and celebrate in their dugouts. This time, though, a high pop-up over towards second base. And it will be caught to retire the side. A nice catch by Carbone making his way over there. But McGuire Werns, hello, a 3-run shot off the right field scoreboard. To the bottom of the first we go. Clutch Elite in business up 4-0 on Ohio Hustle. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Chase Edwards might be the happiest pitcher that we see today and maybe even this season. Before stepping on the mound, his offense, with 2 down, gives him 4 runs of support for 1 your score as we enter the bottom of the first inning. The man out of Dover High School gets some help from his catcher, Bergeron. He brings in 1. Then McGuire Werns, the junior out of Riverview High School, a 3-run shot off the Kent State scoreboard. And that brings us to the bottom of the first inning, and Edwards will miss his first pitch. But what a start to game number 2. Some offense finally being brought out, and our first extra base hit of the day. And I'll tell you what, that one did not disappoint by any stretch of the imagination. One of the best hits that you will see all season probably here in our summer ball coverage. The 1-0 connects, evening things up. Looking more into Chase Edwards, the junior, topping at about 84 with this fastball slider, 71-74, 2-seam 79-83 for a 13-13 Dover Crimson Tornado squad this past season. But if he and Bergeron can stay on the right page going into the season, look out. If this is a sign of things to come, Dover is going to be dangerous next season. Yes, they play some really tough teams, but they can manage. And I'm sure the man in the Dover hat below us is quite happy to see what he has seen so far. The 2-2 foul over towards the Clutch Elite dugout. So we will do it again. It is Tyler Fenton in the leadoff spot for Ohio Hustle. This past season batted .400 with .538 and 3 doubles. That was in the first tournament, batted .250 for Avon in a total of 20 games. But another player getting a really good start to summer ball. We've seen some guys pick up where they left off, and some other guys still trying to find their rhythm. We saw Nolan Kleingill in the last game, a no-hitter. Picked up where he left off and then some. The 2-2 from Edwards is wide, and we are full. It'll go to Bruno Berlin, the third baseman, next. Full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Edwards' payoff pitch is fouled back. So we'll try that one more time. And for Clutch Elite, batting 7 this past inning. Total of 8 through 10 drew up in the second, already up by 4. One more time, the payoff pitch, and it is going to miss for ball 4. So it'll be a leadoff walk for Tyler Fenton. Ohio Hustle needs some runners. That is a clear and obvious need right now, just based on what happened in the top of the inning. Walks will do the trick, and now they need some good swings, or if not, some more good patience here from Bruno Berlin. Big spot for him in the number 2 role today. And the first pitch he sees will be fouled off his ankle. Once again, one more game left to go today. Our nightcap, so to speak. It is the encore performance. A 7-4 win last year for Force Mancuso. But the Wow Factor American Maxwell squad, they want their get back here today at 3:30. The 0-1 misses low. Force Mancuso is one of the teams that we covered the majority of the time last year when we could. Same with the Wow Factor Maxwell team. They were up there with OEB Rundgren, one of our most common teams. The 1-1 will miss inside for ball 2. This year, still plenty of teams that could define themselves in that role, as this is only game number 12 of the summer for us. And as I mentioned before, if we do the same amount of games, we still have, 70 more to go. So far from done with our coverage. I think our next game will be on Saturday morning at Tri-C. We'll have 2 more there, and that'll take us up to 15, and we'll be at 20 after Sunday is done at John Carroll. But a nice start to the summer already, some good games, and a big home run. The 3-1 runner goes. Pitch is going to be high, so it doesn't matter. So back-to-back walks, and that'll bring in the catcher, Dane Kearns. Some early struggles here for Chase Edwards on the mound. Just needs to find his rhythm, and with it, help his team keep it 4-0. He's in a good spot regardless. It's not like, okay, 0-0, they're about to go and score a bunch. You have those 4 runs to play with. That'll definitely make your job a lot easier. But you want to make sure that lead stays intact as much as it can. Kearns will take strike 1. Wearing number 11 today. Kearns, the rising senior out of Ontario High School. A sub-2 pop time, a .290 average in 22 games this past season for Ontario. The 0-1, again at the bottom of the zone, but still in there. Edwards 1 strike away from getting a pivotal first out. A rocky start just like Kleinbiel had in game number 1, but a chance to steady the ship. But he will have to wait a good survival cut from Kearns. Once again, for those just tuning in, as it is 1:06, we did get the early start time today because game number 1 did go long, or rather went short, Went a little quicker than expected. Around an hour and a half, if that. Again, the 0-2. This time it is going to be blocked. Nice job by Bergeron to keep it in front. That game going relatively quick. You had the 6-run score in the second, 4 in the fourth, and that was enough to see it out. And our first no-hitter of the summer as well. The 1-2, swing and a miss. And Chase Edwards will get his first strikeout of the day, 1 down. Very similar start to what we saw out of Nolan Kleinbiel. And if that's your comparison today on this diamond, you could do a lot worse than that. And honestly, you can't do any better. No-hitter is the benchmark for him. Just still impressive to see how he did it. The walks were pretty high. It was 7 strikeouts to 6 walks in that one. So far from a perfect slate, but still got the job done. Grounder over towards left field and through. There is the first base knock of the game for Ohio Hustle. And the bases will be loaded courtesy of Hurt the EH. And that'll bring us to Dom Carbone, the second baseman. A nice little one-out single for the home team. And just like that, you're one swing away from tying this game up. And for Edwards, his job of keeping this lead intact becomes increasingly more difficult. To keep it fully intact might be a little mountain to climb from here. But a double play away. That is always a good point to make here. We saw it in the last game. 3 double plays on 2 balls put in play. One was a strikeout and throwout at second base combination. Doesn't happen all too often, but when it does, it is definitely unique. 1-0 count here on the second baseman. Looking to put Ohio Hustle on the board in the bottom of the first. That time he swings and misses. Carbone this past season batted .071 with 1 RBI and 1 stolen base in 11 games for Avon Lake. A lot of this roster, Avon Lake roots. Carbone, grounder up the middle. This could be 2. They'll get the out at 2 and at 1. And Ohio Elite will retain, Clutch Elite will retain their 4-0 lead. A nice double play up the middle gets the job done. Just watching this one back on the replay, they expected it. They tried forcing that double play ball. They got the ground ball that could have easily snuck through for a base hit. If it did, at least 1 scores, maybe 2. Instead, a 4-6-3 double play, and that'll take us on to the second inning. Ohio Hustle came close, but Clutch Elite doing just a little bit more through 1 4-zip. It is the visitors on top and looking for more when we return. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Clutch Elite's offense looking stellar so far, up 4-0 on Ohio Hustle as you are watching College Tour Baseball on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Bottom 3 due up this inning for the visitors as they look to increase their already sizable advantage. Daugherty, Lemon, McDonald. And it'll be Daugherty in the leadoff spot, down 0-1 in the counts. And that time it'll even up as Camden misses wide. No strikeouts yet today for Camden. 1 for Chase Edwards in the bottom of the first. The 1-1 is popped up and fouled out of play. So we'll do it now 1-2. But for those just tuning in, a towering 3-run shot off the scoreboard was enough. And I think over in right center, it still would have cleared. Camden's 1-2, a nice stop behind the plate from Kearns, keeps it in front. Blocking is going to be key today. Unlike some of the high school fields that this tournament circuit uses, full backstop. There is no mercy behind the catcher and the umpire. If that ball gets away, it's at least 1 base if somebody's on. If not 2, if there's a drop third strike or a walk. The 2-2, that time it connects for strike 3 and out number 1. First strikeout today for Ryan Camden. And he will get Daugherty looking. And with 1 away, that'll bring us to Jonathan Lemon, the right fielder. Lemon so far, some good statistics on paper. A 96.3 exit velo and an 85 outfield velo. Wasn't too bad for Perry this season. Of course, Perry, not the season they wanted, but he was one of the big bright spots. And they will need him going forward to try and continue that form. Of course, Perry had that magical run last year after a rocky start, so that team can definitely figure a few things out. They have in the past, so I wouldn't be surprised if they did it again. Lemon, a good drive, deep to left field, still carrying, and it is going to drop for extra bases. It'll hop at the wall and stop. Lemon, he wants to get to third. The relay, it won't be in time. It'll be a triple for Lemon, and he will call time. A nice swing that just kept carrying and glid in the end over the left fielder. Just perfect placement. That drive was right on point. And from there, just nothing he could have done in left to track that one down better. Second extra base hit of the game for Clutch Elites. And they are 90 feet away now. Or rather, no, it looks like he is going to be out. It looked like he was in there, but instead, 2 down. Maybe something happened kind of in the meantime during the replay. So I thought he was in there. Maybe he came off the bag, but either way, 2 down now. It's an interesting one. We're going to see it here on the replay. Nope, he's in there, unless he came off. Now this one, again, driven towards left. It's going to be foul, and it is going to go out of play off the netting. So a 2-strike count now on McDonald. In the bottom of the inning, it'll be Gibbs, Hahn, and Hall. 6-3 due up for Ohio Hustle. After a nice out recorded on Lemon. They're right now a strike away from going 1-2-3. And they will. The inning is done. Camden able to dial it back in. Shakes off the first inning and dominates in the second. The triple still a blemish on his record, but no damage comes to pass from it. To the bottom of the second we go. Score remains 4-0 Clutch Elites.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Dark clouds once again rolling in at Schoonover Stadium. We're going to try to see if we can get a decent look as to what's in the horizon. Really no good look from our angle. Actually, yes, there will be. That's the best we got from inside the press box. That appears to be on its way. Hopefully it won't be anything more than just a little scare for us as we enter the bottom of the second inning. Game number 2 of 3 for us today. Game number 2 of 4 here at Schoonover Stadium. And there is strike 1 from Edwards. There will be one last game at 5:30, but we will not be broadcasting that one. Our coverage will end with our quote-unquote nightcap. Force Mancuso and the wow factor. Line drive shot deep to center field, and it's going to get down for extra bases. It'll be a leadoff double at least for Gibbs, but he is thinking 3. The play at third, not in time. He will stay on the bag, and this one for sure will be a triple, a leadoff one to help out the home team. Exactly what the doctor ordered for Ohio Hustle, and they had to buy into the name there to make that one happen. Hustled all the way around, looking out what easily could have been a double, making it a triple. The third extra base hit of this game. And we had none in the first game. An impressive slide to stay on the bag as well. Now it's Hans starting to try and drive him in. And this one will go to first. There is the out. And the runner will stay put at third. So a quick first out in retaliation. Nice job by Wernz at the bag to knock it down. Solid day for him. Put out, and of course the 3-run homer earlier on. Now things will turn over to Mitchell Hall, the left fielder. Look at his first cracks here. But there's strike one as Edwards wants to try to get this out at the plate. Or at worst, something that does not allow the runner from third to move up. That, of course, has to be the goal here to try and keep it 4-0. Looking at Mitchell Hall wearing number 28, the junior out of Westlake, a .316 average with 10 RBIs, 1 double, 1 triple, and 2 stolen bases in 17 games this year for the Demons. So a really solid junior campaign under some new leadership in Westlake. The 1-1, swing and a miss, and a good stop behind the dish from Bergeron. Offensively and defensively, he has been a good player for Clutch Elite today. And they need him to do just that going forward. The 1-2 from Edwards, a little popper into shallow right field, and it's going to get down. That'll bring in the first run for Ohio Hustle, and that'll give an extra base as well to Mitchell Hall. Just snuck it through for an RBI double. A nice job putting that one down just in front of Lemon in right. Charged in on it. Knew, of course, if he dove at it and missed, nothing he could do about it. That ball would be rolling to the fence and would probably be more than just the 2 bases given up. But he still did stumble over his head going for that one. But Ohio Hustle is going to take it. They look to be dead in the water early on in this game, but as far as their comeback goes, they're one step closer. And now it goes to Cherninsky, the DH out of Ignatius. And he will fly this ball deep to left center field. And it is going to be tracked down for out number 2. Hall is going to tag, and he will stop at third. A win-win scenario. Cherninsky does his job. Hall moves up, but 2 outs now on the board for Clutch's defense. And that ball definitely had a chance to sail over his head, but good positioning and good adjustments from Clutch Elite. They know now what to expect in the power department. They cannot undersell it. If they do, they are going to get burned again. And I'm sure some of these guys will get burned by the sun. That ball rips up the middle and through into center field. It'll be an RBI single for Gavin Ford, the right fielder, and that'll make it 4-2. This team is hustling back and is again putting the pieces together for a comeback. It is still very early on in this game, but we now have 6 combined runs in 2 innings. Hold on to your hats. We have an offensive battle at long last. After all the defense we saw this past weekend, we'll take some good offense. In the meantime, runner is going to be safe at second. Actually, no, he comes off the bag in the end. So the inning will end there on the throw from Bergeron, but a pair still do score for Ohio Hustle. To the third we go. 4-2, Clutch Elite on top by 2 over the home team.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
It just continues to get warmer and warmer. Feels like 90 right now at Schoonover Stadium with the turf. Probably feeling more towards 100 for these players. But in the top of the third inning, 4-2 your score. The offenses, they have been here as of late. A 4 spot in the first for Clutch Elite, a 2 spot in the second for Ohio Hustle, and that gets us to where we are right now. Still plenty of baseball left to play in game number 2 of our triple header. But it is quickly a 2-strike count on the leadoff hitter, Caleb Crothers. 0 for 1 today with a fly out to center field on his resume. The 0-2 breaks to the outside and just misses. But it looks like there is a chance for rain maybe in the 5-ish o'clock hour. Storms expected later, but it looks like as of right now, everything's staying north and south of us here in Kent. The 1-2, this time high. But I believe more towards out Sandusky and probably more south towards the Ohio Valley and all of our friends down at KSU Tusk. The 2-2, Crothers takes it and we are full. From 0-2 to 3-2, a great battle from the lefty. This is how you want to start as a leadoff hitter, drawing out the at-bat as much as you can, now trying to simply reach by any means necessary. But first, he'll take a moment for himself. Just finished up his junior season at New Philly as well, a standout football player, 120 tackles last season for the Quakers, and he will reach with a leadoff walk. And you can tell by that frame, definitely a linebacker build for New Philadelphia. They do have, of course, some very tough opponents coming up this year, and if they are to be successful, a lot of it does fall on him. Somebody has to anchor the defense, but baseball-wise as well, not a bad player. On top of that, had an INT and a rushing touchdown in 2025. And now as Henthron fouls it back, 1 on, none down. Another chance for redemption as Henthron as well flew out to center his first time up. The junior out of Massillon batted .400 last season. Crazy to think that it is now last season for these teams, despite some teams still playing for a state title this weekend. On paper, next season is 2027, and last season is 2026. It's really weird to think about that in the heat of June. The 0-1 from the slide. It is bounced up and caught behind the plate from Kearns. A little style point added on for that one. Just has to be careful not to lose anything behind the plate. We've already talked about the passed balls today. Anything gets beyond him, it is going to be free bases and open season from there. And you don't want to have that, especially when you are getting back in this game already. You don't want to make this any more difficult for yourself. Runner goes here, and the ball is going to be flown foul and over the main stand. Of course, at the top in the press box, definitely a great view all the way around the campus just to see what's going on, and in that case, to see exactly where that ball falls. Just grateful it's not in one of our windows, as right now we are using all but 2. So not ideal. The 1-2, a good block. Again, I preached it all weekend. As long as the catcher keeps the ball in front of him, it doesn't matter where that ball really goes. You have a couple of guys that can come in there and pick up the ball if needed. If it's in front, you're doing good. If it's behind, well, fill in the blank. We've already kind of covered that topic in our summer baseball school. Runner goes again, swing and a miss. There's out number 1, but not out number 2 down at second. Crothers is in with a stolen base. So Camden now up to 3 strikeouts on the day. But run number 5 in scoring position for Clutch Elite as Ritterbeck comes back in. He's 1 for 1 today with a single. Just like the man at second base, a football standout as well. 2 sports that definitely go hand in hand. Well, I didn't really play football for long. In high school, I played football and baseball. A lot of correlation there. O-line and catching, the goal was simple. Nobody gets through. But in the end, I'm up here and not playing, so people did get through, or in that case, the ball. The 1-0 ripped down the left field line, foul. Definitely could have been a challenging one to deal with if it was fair. You look at the prime example of that, the one hit by Shaker that gave them their biggest lead of the game against Lakewood, just one that hopped over the third base bag and down the line. Those are the worst because there's really no better way to play it. The 1-1, Ritter back skies this one over towards right center field. And it is going to be caught in right for out number 2 and quickly brought back in. A nice job by Ford making that play happen. Already an RBI single to his name today, and now helps out the cause defensively. Again, if you keep this 4-2, your offense has a chance to come back out and show what they can do in the bottom of the 3rd inning. This is a faster moving game. You don't want to get left behind, especially if Clutch can put the pieces back offensively. But if you can just make it a flash in the pan, you have time to go and play some runs to try and take one away. If they can win this game, as this ball goes down the line, faked. And that ball getting in front, just a free base for Crothers. But if you can take this game after going down 4-0 in the top of the 1st inning, that'd be quite impressive. This group definitely has the ability to do that. We'll see how it unfolds. Here's the 1-0. And again, it'll miss low. So back-to-back low pitches from Camden. After Vugrin, it goes over to Bergeron in the on-deck circle. We're at 3rd, 2 down. And the top of the 3rd inning. But for now, Vugrin just being patient and trying to draw the walk to bring up the catcher who brought in 2 his first time up. We're at just 1. The 3-0 swings at it, and it is going to get out of here foul. Over at first, Hahn, make sure it does just that. So still a good spot for Vugrin. Just interesting to see the 3-0 swing. It is summer ball. There could be some extra aggression brought in. But typically that's not a spot that you see the green light given. However, this time around it is given, and we're going to work with it. The 3-1, Vugrin rips it into left field for an RBI single. That'll do for Clutch Elite. Make it 5-2. We'll watch that one back on the replay. That's what he wanted to do the first time. Just sneak it through. Does just that off towards the left side. Batted .338 in 22 games for Glen Oak this past season with 10 RBIs. And he will add one more to his yearly tally here. Seeing eye single just past 3rd base. That was pretty much full extension from Berlin to try and knock it down. Couldn't in the end. And it's a 3-run lead. Clutch Elite. They needed to score at some point again. The 4 wasn't going to be enough. And doing it here is a statement, especially after Ohio Hustle started to show that they have momentum on their side. Momentum, it is such a fickle thing in baseball. You can have it 1 second, but lose it immediately. I'm thinking if Ohio Hustle didn't allow that run, they're in a great spot to go and tie this game in the bottom of the 3rd, and they still might be. But a little more difficult now. Just keeping the distance is going to be huge. And in the sun, in the humidity, potentially in the rain, it is going to be hard to do that across a long period of time. The heat just brutal, especially on this turf. Not as bad as it is at like Cincinnati and Dayton from what I've heard, but still. It is hot on this turf. It does give off plenty of heat. And it is supposed to get warmer than the actual 86 and real feel of 90 today. Chopper over towards second. It goes up the middle and through into center field. That ball somehow squibbles through. That ball looked destined to be picked up by the second baseman, Carbone, but it just beat him to the chase. Bergeron now 2 for 2 on the day. And the last time that Verns came up with 2 on and 2 down, we of course know what he did. But that ball had nowhere else to go. Just sneaks through the infield and goes to center. Verns, 1 for 1. Can he do it again? Wisely, the first pitch is outside. You really can't give him anything too crazy here, especially in a 5-2 game. Brings in at least one at 6-2, so a 4-run game once again. You have to be careful with the first baseman. He's shown his power already. In some ways, he's played his hand. That time, they run it inside, nearly hitting him. If the inning goes beyond the first baseman, it would go to Leggett, the shortstop, who popped out to second his first time up. But a quick 2-0 count on McGuire Verts. And now 3. It looks like a lot of these just trying to dance around the corners. I'd be surprised if we find one in the strike zone here. If we do, I would absolutely give him the green light to swing away. Yep, expected. It's wide for ball 4. You couldn't give him anything better than that. After the 3-run shot and how effortless it was, giving him anything more than that would just be a free gift. Honestly, as crazy as it is, you'd rather battle with the bases loaded against somebody who's 0-1 than with 2 on. You'll give up that base to try and get an easier out, so to speak. But now if you're Leggett, that puts a really big chip on your shoulder to try and produce. But Camden, as expected, goes right back to battle and finds the middle of the zone for strike 1. It was an easy decision to take there, but again, it looked more like a pitch out the last time around. But now it is attack mode for Leggett. And he will do just that, fouling it off towards the trees. A very secluded ballpark here at Schoonover Stadium. You take a left into the main campus, and all of a sudden, boom. Ballpark's in the distance, and this big old turf field out of nowhere. And beyond it, a great batting cage facility to our left. 2-strike count on Leggett. Camden delivers, and it'll miss in the dirt as Kearns is able to block that one. So a 1-ball, 2-strike count on the shortstop with Daugherty in the on-deck circle. 5-2 Clutch a lead on top in the top of the 3rd inning. Can Ryan Camden get out of the jam? Maybe, as this one is going to be skied on the infield towards the mound, and a sliding catch from second is enough. All the effort there from Ohio Hustle. It is Carbone making the play to end the inning. 1 run still does come to pass for Clutch Elite, but a lot more damage could have been done with the bases loaded and 2 away. To the bottom of the 3rd inning we go. For Hustle, it'll be the top of their order. Fenton, Berlin, and Kearns due up when we return to Schoonover Stadium.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Before we get back to the action in the bottom of the 3rd inning, once again, baseball fans, we mentioned it on Monday. We want to hear from you. What game should we be covering around Northeast Ohio? Of course, we have our partnership with the 965 Midwest Challenge, along with the Diamond League and WRCL. If your team is playing in one of these tournaments or leagues and you want your team covered, let us know. And of course, a lot of that is aimed at both the Ohio Hustle and Clutch Elite fans watching today, but anybody else tuning in, if you want your team covered, let us know. Of course, there are some parameters like a press box, which, of course, Kent today now having Ethernet was huge for us as Starlink was about to be working overtime in this heat. And there is the leadoff hard 90. Second time today, Fenton will reach on a free pass. The first one, of course, a walk. This one a little more complicated. But always grateful for the support that we have on our summer ball games. Really enjoy covering a lot of these teams. In many ways, it's basically a bunch of all-star teams. The best of the best from certain teams come together and create these just outlandish rosters that if you put them in the OHSAA, they would probably dominate. Just crazy to think about it that way. But the leadoff man is on, and here comes Bruno Berlin as he will foul that one off. So 0-1 to begin the at-bat for Berlin. So far today, 0 for 0 with a walk. And again, he gets hit now. So it's back-to-back hard 90s. So just like the first time we saw them, the first two guys get on the same exact way. The first, of course, walks. The second time, hit by a pitch. And I'm sure Chase Edwards really wants to see the same thing happen here that it did the first time with the strikeouts. But for Dane Kearns, what a spot. You're down by 3, but the offense, it is here. We're having offense from both sides here. 7 combined runs so far. Less lopsided than game number 1. Once again, a 10-0 thrashing by T3, knocking down the Warehouse Warcats. And a no-hit bid. 4 innings of work, no hits from Nolan Kleinbiel. He is good, a very good player, but ask Aiden Butler about basketball over at Buckeye a few years ago, and he'll tell you who got the better of him. A clip that is living on our channel for those who want to find it. Spoiler alert, a 5'6" guard blocked a 6'7" forward. It was absurd at the time and still is. But a 1-0 count on Kearns, the catcher. That time it skips in Bergeron with the block. And I believe there was somebody getting warm in the bullpen for Clutch. And they might have to make the change soon. As for Ryan Camden, I think he does have a longer leash despite being down by 3. A lot of it is just one thing that went away from him. But right now, Edwards just trying to find his mojo, and that ball won't help. It is down in center field, and the bases are loaded. Kearns now 1 for 2 on the day, and that'll bring us to the EH in Bryant Hurt. Ohio Hustle now brings in their go-ahead run. Tying run is over at first. And considering how this game started 4-0, it is really a great sign of resiliency. As now time is called, Edwards and Words will have a word. And Edwards will get back to work on the rubber. The bases are juiced. A great chance for Hurt, the junior out of Rocky River High School, second team at CWC. This is his time as he swings and misses. Of course, a tough season for Rocky River, all things considered, but they'll bounce back. It's a resilient group, a resilient community. And I'm excited to see what they can do in 2027. And that is all across the board as they have some great players in every single sport. The 0-1 smothered by Bergeron, excuse me. So now 1-1 count on Hurt. In the on-deck circle, it is Dom Carbone. Clutch trying to keep it at bay. Ground ball over towards short it goes. They'll get the out at 2. They turn to 1 and get the out there too. They'll double them up. 1 run does score. That'll make it 5-3, but 2 away now in the inning. A tough break there for Hustle. But still, you get your run on the board, you're going to be okay with it 9 times out of 10. But I do think the 6-4-3 really does put a damper in it. But Carbone a chance to drive in run number 4. Priority here. Back down by 2. You match what they did in the top of the inning. A chance to win the inning. And if you did, that would be the second time that you win an inning today. But still would be trailing in this one. Carbone takes the 1-0 high for ball 2. In the 4th inning, it'll be Doherty, Lemon, and McDonald. 8 through 10 due up for Clutch Elite. Clutch up 5-3. Carbone, ground ball over towards first it goes. It's a foot race. And it is going to be won by Wernz, able to put his foot on the bag just before Carbone. And it'll remain 5-3 as we head to the fourth at Schoonover.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
A great back and forth battle today at Schoonover Stadium in game number 2 of our triple header. 5-3, Ohio lead on top against Ohio Hustle. Or excuse me, it's Clutch Elite versus Ohio Hustle. Those all kind of blend together at this point, but still a great battle between these two great teams. The first pitch of the inning from Camden will hit the zone for strike one. Once again, one more game after this. It'll be Force Mancuso and the Wow Factor. The 0-1 popped foul, and this one is going to just skim off the building. Nearly landed and stayed on top of the dugout, slashed the clubhouse. In the end, just too much behind it, and it'll go back to safety. The 0-2, this time jammed towards left field, and it is going to be caught for out number 1. An easy one to track down in left for Mitchell Hall. So 1 up, 1 down, and that'll bring us to Jonathan Lemon, the right fielder, who tripled his first time up, but was quickly out afterwards. It looked like he was safe, maybe came off afterwards, but still he touched the bag, safe the first time, so it'll go down as a triple. Just afterwards, kind of a gray area as to what happened. Looking ahead to the bottom of the inning, it'll be Gibbs, Hahn, and Hall for Ohio Hustle. Trying to continue clawing back in this game. They've done well to do so, at least this far. And now 1-1 on Lemon. Of course, the first game of pool play today for both teams. But tournament weekend number 2. Camden sails this one to the backstop. Just didn't have the right grip on it and lost it well behind Lemon. But Clutch Elite 4-2, Ohio Hustle 1-3 on the year. Two teams that competed well in the tournaments. Just Ohio Hustle couldn't get out of the group stage last time. 2-1 high for ball 3. But this Clutch team, a lot of talent top to bottom. And the key advantage for them, I mean, both teams have every player, but to have everybody back at this point in the season is really out of the ordinary. The 3-1, Lemon does get jammed up, a high pop-up over towards first, and it is going to be caught for out number 2. Nice job over at first base by Cole Hahn to bring that one in amid the sun. For Camden, he will take that any day of the week, down 3-1 in the count you get somebody to jam up and swing a little too aggressively, it's essentially a free out. And now McDonald will try and keep the inning going for Clutch Elite. And he might a good drive into center field, but directly out there to Gibbs to end the inning. A 1-2-3 defensive stand for Ohio Hustle in the top of the fourth inning brings us to the bottom of the frame and to the halfway point of this battle. Gibbs, Hahn, Hall, 6-8 trying to tie this game up when we return to Kent.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Before we get back to the action, if you or someone you know is a business owner looking to sponsor a broadcast in the Cleveland or Stark County area, or just trying to push out their message to a new audience, contact us at one of those avenues on your screen, and I would love to work out a deal with you to promote the best of your business and your brand. You can advertise with us during Summer Bowl, or if football tickles your fancy a little bit more, join us for football season. A lot of great games coming up across the Cleveland and Stark County area starting in the middle of August. To the bottom of the fourth, we go 5-3. Clutch Elite on top of Ohio Hustle as you are watching College Tour Baseball on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Again, I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this afternoon, live from Olga Mural Field at Schoonover Stadium in Kent. The 0-1 will miss inside. But this is a big time for both teams. For Clutch Elite to try and keep it at bay, but for Hustle to try and get back in this game, as that could have been it. Just fouled down the left field line instead. Cal will run 1 and 2. And it also looks like Mariano Daugherty has come on to throw for Clutch Elite. So a pitching change after 3. And here comes the 1-2 as it'll miss high. Edwards 1 strikeout and is in line for the win. But now Mariano trying his hand here to try and keep it 5-3. And again, it's fouled off. But you can just feel the aggressiveness of this Ohio Hustle team. They've battled back in quite well, but they are far from satisfied. Again, the 2-2. Swing and a miss. It's 1 up, 1 down. A great start for Daugherty on the mound. To come in and get the second strikeout of the game combined, it's huge, especially against a guy who tripled earlier on today. Right now, you're just playing 21 outs. You have that 2-run advantage. You do have a little bit of wiggle room, but if you can view this as 21 outs, you know what that game entails. If you mess up, you have to start all the way over. This case, not as much like that, but still, you have 21 outs and you can't allow 2 runs. If you do, it resets. Right now, that magic number is 11 outs to get. And of course, Ohio Hustle is the home team, so they will have the last word. In regard to the time limit, we are about an hour into this game, so playing all 7 shouldn't be too much of a difficulty unless one team decides to go out and unleash a bunch of runs in one frame and take forever doing it. The 1-0 will miss for ball 2. Both teams for the next game starting to show up slowly but surely. Force a good little contingent down to our left as there is strike 2. But a bunch of those guys getting ready to go, thinking about their game starting at 3:30 as this ball is put into center field and down. It'll be a leadoff base knock for Ohio Hustle. A nice swing or their 1-out single for Cole Hahn. Hahn now 1 for 2 on the day, but a 1-out single, that'll do. It gets you a runner, it gets you into a better spot. And now here comes Mitchell Hall, who hit a 2 RBI double his last time up. Tying run at the plate, 1 down, but you have to be careful to avoid the double play ball. And that'll do. It's a pop-up into shallow left center and down. The play at 2 is not in time. It's a wild throw, and the runners are going to advance. So that'll put 2 runners in scoring position, including the tying run, with still 1 away. And now Nathan Cherninsky, the DH, a chance to drive in at least 1, if not both. So back-to-back singles and then advancement on the error. And a very big error at that. This is going to be the best chance for Ohio Hustle if they are to get back in this game and get the upset. Of course, coming in 1-3 compared to 4-2, they were the, at least on paper, underdogs. But they're giving it their all in this game, looking to try and take one. It's not going to be easy, but they are on the right track. And if Cherninsky can get a single down, odds are at least 1, if not both, score. Of course, you load the bases, double play ball back in effect. A lot of different things can happen, and this could go a lot of different ways. But for Clutch Elite, you have to stick to your guns and play this the right way. The 1-0 gets just a little away from Bergeron, but again, it's in front of him. And kind of carried him towards where the runner would have been coming from anyway. So no advancement from third. A 4-0 start to this game for Clutch Elites. Looking dominant from the start. But Ohio Hustle, a chance to undermine them. Cherninsky takes strike 1 at the bottom of the zone. Thought about it with that little stutter forward. And the end decided to hold up and will take a strike for his efforts. After Cherninsky, it goes to Ford. The 2-1, Cherninsky again will take a strike. Good battle here from Doherty, battling back even. Not the fastest pitcher on this roster. But right now, his goal is simple. By any means necessary, do not allow 2 more runs. The 2-2, taken low. Count now full. And keep in mind, Gavin Ford already is 1 for 1 today with an RBI single. So it would be nothing new for him to go out here and put one down in one of the gaps. A great player for Amherst. On top of that, a 4.456 GPA for the rising senior. This is his time to shine if he comes in. The payoff pitch, it's high and wide for ball 4. Load him up for Gavin Ford. For Clutch Elite, it's decision time. Do you go out and have a word with your pitcher here, or do you just try to let it ride? And I think they will do the latter. There's trust here in Doherty to get it done. But Ohio Hustle, they might have more faith in Gavin Ford for him to produce here. One swing of the bat can change this game. And there is that swing of the bat. It's down in right field. That'll make it 5-4. It is the second RBI single of the game for Gavin Ford. And we will go back to the top of the order. Perfect. All the way around, perfect. Down in front of the outfield, you don't get too aggressive. You don't go too crazy. You take the 1 run. You live to fight another day. Tying run now 90 feet away. Go ahead in scoring position for Tyler Fenton 0 for 0 today. He has walked and has been hit. And it looks like more action is coming in the bullpen. That ball will go to the backstop, and we are going to be tied at 5. From down 4 in the first inning, the comeback partially complete. Still plenty of work left to do, but to run it back even is huge in the 4th. And now the go-ahead run stands 90 feet away. We talked about it with the backstop. It is such a very spacious area behind home plate. If that ball gets behind, damage will be done. The 1-0 Fenton into left field, and Ohio Hustle will take the lead. 1 run scores. Here comes a second. The play at the plate is not in time. It'll be a 2 RBI single for Tyler Fenton. The game has flipped on its head. Now 7-5, Ohio Hustle leads. From down 4-0 to a 7-1 stretch. Incredible from Ohio Hustle. They are playing with every bit of their name. And they just want to keep it rolling. Their first lead of the day as Bruno Berlin will step in. 0 for 0 today, just like Fenton in front of him. A walk and a hit by pitch. But this is where their synergy will end. At best, RBI single to match it. Would still be an RBI short. Still could get a base knock to try and match that part of it. But all that matters for Ohio Hustle is that they have the lead, and a lot of it was from, well, their hustle. The 0-1 is off the plate. I believe it was Hale going down to warm up Vugrin. Or vice versa. Those two went down to the bullpen a little while ago for Clutch Elite. Again, throwback to 1. It's not in time. But all things considered, the second game has been a really interesting affair. We have had all of the offense and then some. The 1-1 now taken into left field again and caught. A nice little hop to get that one for out number 2. They needed the out, they got one. It is still a little bit too late though. And now here comes Dane Kearns, the catcher. 1 for 2 today with a strikeout and a base hit. In the top of the 5th, Crothers, Henthron, and Ritterbeck. Clutch Elite for the first time playing from behind. We'll see if that changes how aggressive they are or are not. The first pitch will be there for strike 1 to Kearns. Time now 2 o'clock, so around 50-ish minutes left to go until the time limit. Still don't know if that will play a factor. Definitely could now. We talked about a team scoring a whole host of runs. It is a 4 spot this inning for Ohio Hustle as things stand. But will we see enough time to end this game at 6? Who knows? Another good drive over towards short, picks up, and there is the force out at second to retire the side. We will head to the 5th inning, but with a new leader. Ohio Hustle plates forward, takes a 7-5 lead. 5th inning coming up. Clutch Elite. It is beginning to become crunch time for the visitors.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
How about Ohio Hustle, a 4-spot in the bottom of the 4th inning? For the first time today, they have the lead. 7-5 your score, 12 combined runs as we enter the top of the 5th inning at Schoonover Stadium. For Clutch Elite, it is the top 3 of their order due up once again as Crothers fouls that one back. Crothers 0 for 1 today with a walk and a flyout. Henthron 0 for 2 with a flyout and a strikeout. Ritterbeck 1 for 2 with a single and flyout. That is how the top 3 has organized itself so far. Of course, plenty of time for them to get back in this game, but they have to be careful. Only 9 outs to play with, and maybe 8 now. And indeed, it will be 8. Caught over at short for out number 1. Nice play by Fenton. Fenton in the opposite leadoff spot, that big 2 RBI single to give Ohio Hustle the lead. Now makes a defensive putout. A really solid performance for him. And when we're talking about our player of the game presented by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center at the end of today's game, definitely a good candidate for that award, just given all the good that he has done for his team. Another ball played over towards short. This time it'll be the third baseman making the play for out number 2 in Bruno Berlin. 2 up and 2 quick outs as here comes Michael Ritterbeck. It'll be 4, 5, and 6 in the bottom of the inning for Hustle due up. Again, Ritterbeck 1 for 2 today. And again, the Clowns are beginning to roll in. First pitch connects at the top right of the zone for strike 1. But I will say I was very pleasantly surprised that we didn't have any rain during game number 1. Definitely could down the stretch, but hopefully not. Swing and a miss on 1 well inside. And it's quickly 0-2 on Ritterbeck. It looks like Forrest is about to go get ready to warm up off to our left. Top 5, 2 up, 2 down. Clutch Elite trailing 7-5 against Ohio Hustle. Camden's 0-2 skips in. And for Ryan Camden to come out here today and pitch the way that he has, it has been sensational. He has kept his team in the game. And that time he nearly gets them out of the inning, just misses off the corner. A very good spot though. He has been very competitive altogether today. Shakes twice there, shakes a third time, and now we'll agree. Here comes the 2-2. And it is going to miss a similar spot, just more exaggerated, and we are full. Fulgren awaits in the on-deck circle as the tying run. Camden trying to end the inning, and he is going to. A nice catch at second base to close it out. That's what you want to see from Carbone. That's what you want to see from Ohio Hustle. A 1-2-3 inning. Another hardline drive. We have seen plenty of those today. Not the first time, and I am sure going into the next game after this, it is not going to be the last. Just seeing this one back, obviously, right to him. Didn't have to do too much there, but he made the play, didn't overcomplicate it, and that'll take us to the bottom of the 5th inning. Ohio Hustle coming up to bat, beginning an inning for the first time today in the driver's seats.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Ohio Hustle looking to build on their 2-run lead in the bottom of the 5th inning. Welcome back to Schoonover Stadium. The heat of the day about to be here. The sun's still out, and it is definitely not getting any cooler. The fans here today braving the heat, some with umbrellas, some just hoping for the best with some SPF 40. And up here in the box, it really isn't much better. First pitch of the inning missing wide from Zahardy. No AC up here in this box, but still very grateful to Kent State for allowing us to use it today. We have the fans. We're in the shade. It's good enough for us. And honestly, as this is my equipment, I'd rather it be safe than myself be comfortable in the cool. Of course, if we were in the cool, both would be achieved. The 2-0 well wide for ball 3. It is Hurt, Carbone, and Gibbs. 4 through 6 due up this inning for Ohio Hustle. Trying to extend their 2-run lead. But still more work to do as strike 1 connects. There was some action last inning in the bullpen for Clutch Elites, but no corresponding move has been made. The 3-1, Hurt will take ball 4. So the leadoff man will reach, and that'll bring us to Carbone. So far today, Carbone is 0 for 2 with a double play ground out and a routine ground out to first. But a chance to move along his teammate and EH and Hurt. And a good take high. Patience is key right now for this Ohio Hustle team. The longer this game goes on, the more now Clutch Elite is going to be the team that is more desperate. And for them, a lot of this desperation is simply going to mean doing whatever it takes to get out of an inning. And that could mean taking some big risks. The 1-0 is high for ball 2. And with it offensively, they're going to try every trick in the book, even if that means making some changes, doing some interesting moves we saw with Coach Edwards and his suicide squeeze this past weekend. It happens. This ball we've flown into shallow left center field, and it is going to be tracked down and easily caught for out number 1. Nice job out in center field to easily bring that ball in. That is Henthorn out there for Clutch Elite still. So 1 away now in the bottom of the 5th inning, and that'll bring us to Carson Gibbs. A strikeout and a triple today. So 1 for 2, not too shabby at all. He has played his role and then some today for his team. And he will try to continue doing that going forward. And again, a throwback to 1, that time nearly getting wide. You have to think all the way back to the first inning when Warrants had that 3-run homer, 4-0 at the time, and then Ohio Hustle just fought their way back in tooth and nail. And they've earned this one. Still, the win is yet to be decided. Clutch Elite will have 6 outs to play with across 2 innings to try and play at least 2 to tie, 3 to win. We can do 1 inning of extras. If it does actually fit inside the time limit, we can actually do 2. There's no rule as to how many extra innings you can do, but the game, it has to be within the parameters of the time limit. 0-2 count on Gibbs. And he will swing and miss. 2 down. It's already up to 2 punch-outs on the day. 3 as a pitching staff for Clutch Elite. Now that'll bring us to Cole Hahn, the first baseman, who is 1 for 2 today. Hahn out of Avon Lake, a .279 average this past season. 10 RBIs, 2 doubles, and a home run for the Shoremen. Again, a lot of Avon Lake players on this Ohio Hustle roster. Not too bad of a season for Avon Lake. In the end, lost 8-7 in 12 innings to Twinsburg in the district semis. And as well, we have seen quite a bit of Twinsburg flair on the 4 teams that we have seen so far, and we will see a little bit more in game number 3. Here's the 1-1, sails wide. Nice job there from Bergeron to catch up to it before it could do really any damage. Once again, that ball gets behind him. It is going to be an all-out hustle to get to that baseball to make sure it only allows 1 base opposed to a few. A few could be 2 or, well, if he's fast enough, somehow in some way 3, but of course not likely. But a 2-1 count on Hahn with Hall in the on-deck circle, who is 2 for 2 today. If you can get it to him, try to see if he can go 3 for 3, and with it, get some extra insurance put on your tally. And there is the late strike call. I believe it'll be a full count, 3-2. And there it is. So the runner will be in motion here. Full count, 3-2. Clutch Elite looking to get out of the inning. And there is ball 4, so they will not. Hahn draws the free pass. Hall, 2 for 2, 1 RBI. A big opportunity here to bring in one more at least. But first time is going to be called by Clutch Elite. And that might be the end for Daugherty on the mound. It is a semi-big decision if you want to use your third pitcher of a pool play game or not. And it looks like in the end they're going to send him back. And we will have a change when we return. It appears to be Camden McNulty coming out of the pen for Clutch Elite, down 7-5 to Ohio Hustle.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Camden McNulty gives his thumbs up on the mound for Clutch Elite in the bottom of the 5th inning. 7-5 your score. A big spot in this game for Clutch. Down by 2, trying to keep this one manageable. Of course, they did have that early 4-0 lead, then 5-2. But Ohio Hustle fought their way back in this game, played it 4 in the bottom of the 4th inning, and currently have 2 on with 2 down as they turn over to Mitchell Hall, one of their more consistent hitters today. Hall playing out on left is 2 for 2. And a very impactful 2 for 2. An RBI double and a single to his name. And if he can go 3 for 3, odds are it would make this one an 8-5 ball game. And he will get a good swing on this one, deep to left field. And it is going to be tracked down and caught. A big play out in left retires the side. A routine play in the end, but definitely one that had plenty of travel behind it. Off to the 6th inning we go. Clutch Elite's offense needs some pop when we return to Schoonover Stadium.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Jonathan Vogren leads off for Clutch, Elite in the top of the 6th inning. 7-5 Ohio Hustle on top of Clutch Elite as you are watching College Tour Baseball on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. A big inning for Ohio Hustle. They have led now for a few frames. Can they keep it that way, though? A really big question going forward. The 0-1 will miss wide. Ryan Camden remains in the game so far today. 3 strikeouts, a lot of good contact forced. He has been a really good starter for this team, all things considered. The 1-1 Vogren will fly into shallow center field, where it will be easily caught for out number 1. That ball being brought in by the center fielder in Carson Gibbs. Not too many changes being made today by this Ohio Hustle team. They're content with who they have in the lineup today, and they should be. The guys that have shown up today for this group have done exactly what was asked of them, and that was to compete. A 1-3 team coming in, a win here makes you 2-3 on the year, and you beat a team who made it to a really good spot in their last tournament, ending 4-2. You were done in pool play, they made it a little bit further, and that should be a big chip on your shoulder to try and knock them off here. Camden's 0-1, ground ball hit over towards second. A nice job gloving it. And the throw as well is true. Carbone got low and saw that one into the breadbasket for out number 2. And if we're talking about magic numbers, the number is now 4 for Ohio Hustle to walk out of here with a big win. And of course, once we are done, make sure you stick with us for our player of the game announcement brought to you by CrossFit Strongsville. Once we are done. That meaning after our final commercial break of the game. 2 up, 2 down, and this ball will be flown into left field and caught. 3 up, 3 down. Hall makes the final grab of the inning, and we flip to the bottom of the 6th. Score remains 7-5. One more time, Ohio Hustle looks to add on some insurance when we return.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
It'll be Nathan Cherninsky leading off for Ohio Hustle in the bottom of the 6th inning. Up by 2, looking for some final insurance runs before the top of the 7th inning. For those just tuning in, 4-0 through 1. Clutch Elite was on top. Since then, Ohio Hustle has fought their way back in, taking the lead in the 4th with a 4-run inning. And now they are 3 outs away from walking out of here with a massive win, their 2nd of the season. After Cherninsky, it goes to 4th, then Fenton, so 9-10-1 this inning due up for Ohio Hustle. But make sure you do stick with us for our final game of the day. It is our game of the day, so to speak. It is going to be the Wow Factor American Maxwell squad taking on Force Ohio Mancuso. A game that ended 7-4 last year in favor of Force. The 3-0 is at the top of the zone for strike 1. But you look at the talent on both rosters, D1 player after D1 player. It is going to be a great nightcap for us. But this game, a really good number 2. Once again, earlier on today, a no-hitter for Nolan Kleinbiel. 4 innings of work, 7 strikeouts, and a 10-0 win. Payoff pitch is to the backstop for ball 4. So it'll be a leadoff walk for Cherninsky. He does his job, and that'll turn things over to Gavin Ford, the right fielder. A pair of RBI singles for him today. Everybody, though, has contributed in some capacity. You look as well at Ryan Camden. A rocky start in this game, but since then, in 5 innings of work, has allowed 1 total run. He has been impressive. And definitely a candidate for player of the game. But I think just kind of based on what we know and how this game ended up happening the way it did, there is one guy that stands above the rest. But of course, stay tuned to find out who that is, as we don't want to spoil the party too soon. The 0-1 hits the top of the zone. It'll still be Camden McNulty on the mound for Clutch Elite, the 3rd pitcher of the day, following Doherty and Edwards. But a 2-strike count, none down in the bottom of the 6th inning. McNulty looks for his first punch-out. And not quite. Fouled back. This defense, though, has been scrappy today. They have made a few mistakes, but outside of that, it's been a clean game altogether. Just 2 ball clubs going to war, and right now, the war is being won by Hustle. But McNulty back on the mound for the 0-2. Ground ball over to second. There's 4, there's 6, and there is 3. It is a second, short, and first double play. 2 down. Perfectly set up as well. Drew out the ground ball. Their 3rd double play turn today. That's where the defense has really stepped up. Just a nice toss all the way along the diamond. Everybody has a role to play in a double play, from the setup to the actual execution. Nicely done, that little forehand flip. Most times you don't do that, but just based on the setup you do. And it gets you within 1 out of getting out of this frame, allowing no damage to a very hungry Hustle team. The 1-0, though, is going to be driven into right center field and down to the gap for extra bases. A massive swing from Fenton. He will touch and go from 2, trying to leg out a 2-out triple, and he will do just that. So hold on a minute. Just when you thought the offense was cooling down, Fenton brings them right back in. He is now 2 for 2 on the day. A walk, a hit by a pitch, a 2 RBI single, and now a triple. What a day in the leadoff spot for the shortstop. He has been outstanding for Ohio Hustle. And he did hit the go-ahead hit a few innings ago. They have a lot of faith in that young man. And now it turns to Bruno Berlin to try and drive in run number 8 for Ohio Hustle. Time locally 2:26, so this game will not be ended via the time limit. Unless, of course, we have a crazy change. Which, again, I'd be very surprised. But in the 7th for Clutch, it is going to be Leggett, Doherty, and Lemon. 7, 8, 9. Fly ball sent into shallow right field, and it is going to be caught on the dive. An excellent play from Lemon to close out the inning. A nice web jam out and right. A risky move, of course. If that ball gets down, it is guaranteed extra bases. But if that ball does get down, more than just the 2 bases, it's 8-5. That is a run-saving catch, and that'll keep Clutch in this game. We will see Lemon again. He will be in the 3 spot in the 7th inning when we return. But a nice web gem for the defense. Is that enough to spark some momentum? We'll find out when we return to Schoonover Stadium.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Ryan Camden and company look to close this one out here in the top of the 7th inning, 7-5. It is Ohio Hustle on top of Clutch Elite. What a performance from number 17 on the mound today. Not discouraged by a rocky start. Since then, in 5 innings of work, has allowed 1 total run and is in line for the win after all. But he is 3 outs away from making that happen. But it is a first pitch strike to Luke Leggett, the shortstop, who is 0 for 2 today. Once again, stick with us after our final commercial break as we will announce our player of the game, presented by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. Again, a 2-horse race in my opinion right now, but a lot of different guys have stepped up today that are going to go unsung. Just the unfortunate nature of how it works. Camden's 0-2 is driven into left field and down. It'll be a leadoff base hit for the shortstop. Absolutely needed something to fall, and there it is. And now that brings in the tying run, represented by Mariano Doherty, the EH, who will now be replaced by McNulty. It makes sense. Doherty came on to pitch. You then replace him with the guy who replaced him. We'll see McNulty step in. This past season batted .315 for Barberton, a .419 Barberton, but he will have to go up against a new pitcher as Camden's day is going to be done. Still in line for the win. But a very, very stressful couple of minutes coming up for Ohio Hustle. He did all he could. He will turn it over to his bullpen when we return to Kent.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
The call to the bullpen has been made by Ohio Hustle. It's going to be Nathan Chernisky coming on a throw to try to close this one out. Tying run will be in the batter's box when He steps on for the first time to take on McNulty. But a big spot for the rising senior out of St. Ignatius High School. The pressure is definitely on considering how this team came back. They don't want to walk out of here with anything less than a win. Still 3 outs away from making it happen. But in actuality, a few good defensive stops away from getting it done. But for Camden McNulty, a big time for him to try and show what he can do with his bat. Instead, he gets hit. That will help, and the tying run will take his march down the line to first. That definitely does change the dynamic going forward, as now that brings in Lemon, who is the go-ahead run. 1 for 2 today, a ground out, and a triple. On top of that, had the web gem last inning. I asked the question then, would it bring momentum to Clutch? We might have our answer. Bunt shown and bunt pulled back. With this Ohio Hustle team trying to make sure their effort was not in vain. But on the end of Ohio Hustle, of course, just a great battle altogether. Can they do it? The 1-0 wide. But for Clutch, they started this game on top. This is their game. They knew it was early. It wasn't for a while. But just looking at the odds here, they do semi-sit in their favor. If they can get a couple of good swings and a couple of good balls to drop in. But right now, patience is key. A 3-0 count on Lemon. And the on-deck circle, it is Kylan McDonald with the top of the order looming afterwards. What a massive moment in this game. Given the comeback and everything, it could be erased. Bunt shown again and pulled back. At long last, Cherninsky able to find the zone for strike 1. Once again, up next at around 3:30, or in this case, probably more towards 3:10, it'll be Force Mancuso taking on the Wow Factor. The 3-1 Lemon fouls it back, and we are full. A good battle between Lemon and Cherninsky here. One moves the needle a little bit for Clutch Elite. One puts Ohio Hustle one step closer to a massive come-from-behind win. The payoff, driven into center field, and it is going to get down for extra bases. Lemon, a deep shot. 1 run will score. The tying run will come around to score as well. Lemon has done it, and we are tied at 7. His second triple of the day, and this time there is no doubt about it. The web gem is momentous. What a swing from Lemon. That ball just kept carrying and carrying. So we will end up seeing the bottom of the 7th inning, and it could force Ohio Hustle to have to come out here and do some damage of their own. It definitely will if they want to win this game. And now Kylan McDonald still none down. A chance to give Clutch Elite back the lead. Their first since the 4th. Oh, what a plot twist that would be to close out this game. 14 combined runs, 7-7. Top of 7, none down. The 1-0 fouled back. He's on it. Getting more and more aggressive. Again, the top of the order is coming up in Crothers. This is a very good spot to be if you are Clutch Elite. The 1-1 is high for ball 2. Ohio Hustle, no action in the bullpen. So most likely it would be a conversation, and that's all for Cherninsky. He needs to find a way out of this. Here's the 2-1. A line drive over the shortstop's head and down. It is a go-ahead RBI base knock for Kylan McDonald. And for the first time since the 4th inning, Clutch Elite has the lead. Now 8-7 your score. A laser just over shorts. Fenton has been so good today. Just couldn't bring that one in. It was close, but not close enough in the end. The visitors, still none down, have found their miracle. Far from done, though. Far from done. But to the top now we go with Crothers. He will fake bunt as the pitch will miss wide for ball one. You can never count out this Clutch Elite team. Elite for a reason. And they are now knocking on the door of 5-2 to begin the season. I'll tell you what, this next game is going to be very, very tough to top this. And of course, that game is our pre-described nightcap. I'm sure still a great game coming up. The 2-0, the bunt. It is going to get down just in front of the mound. Throw to one. It is going to not be there. I believe he came off. We'll see what they officially say here. But it looks like he is going to stay on. So he did come off. It'll be an infield single. It looked like he did. Just had to make sure before officially jinxing it. But a base knock for Crothers, and now that'll bring us to 10th run. 2 on, still none away in the top of the 7th inning. Another bunt, now down the third base line. Throw to one, it's going to be dropped, and that'll bring in run number 9. Good base running from Clutch Elite. They now take a 2-run lead. And still none down this inning. That'll keep him at the corners. Time has been called. Clutch Elite has completely flipped this game on its head. Down by 2, now up by 2. 4 runs without an out being recorded. Just unbelievable. Their grit and determination is why they're here. And if this inning continues just like this, it looks like game number 3 is going to have a start closer to 3:30 than we initially thought. But do we see the call to the bullpen once again? Here's the mound visit for Hustle. They fought tooth and nail to get back in this game, held the lead for a while. But at this final hurdle, as of right now, have fallen short. Still time for them to right the ship. But you look at the way this group has had to compete, it would take one heck of an inning to walk out here with the dub. But we have seen crazier here. We have seen nearly 7-run comebacks. But some good base running, some miscues, and Clutch Elite has scored 4. 9-7. Now we're just getting started this inning. Cherniski will remain in the game. And there is ball 1 high. Time now 2:41, so this game definitely longer than game number 1. And for the sake of staying on time, I'm sure definitely a good thing that it was. Cherniski, he will throw back to 1, but to no avail. I mean, this Force team got here around 2 hours ago at this point. They've been getting loose and warm since then. They're ready to go, and so is the wow factor. Hard grounder through into left field. One more run will come in. And the hit parade will continue. Ritterbeck brings in 1 this time. And that'll make it 10-7. The hit parade, it is officially en route and just continuing to loop around. Now 2 for 4 on the day with that RBI. Just altogether, everybody putting on a show as here comes Vugrin. Ball 1. Still none down, 10-7 in the top of the 7th inning. The shame is the box score, if it ends this way, is not going to show just the madness at the end. Already a 5 spot with none down in the top of the 7th inning. This Clutch Elite offense, they chose their spot perfectly when to kick it into high gear and have done just that and are well on their way to a masterful win. Vogren trying to bring in some more. Thought about that one, but a good take low. After him, it'll flip back over to Braden Bergeron on the catcher. Then after him, McGuire Verns, who had that really nice home run back in the first off the scoreboard. You can tell he wants an opportunity to go in and double it up in the home run department. And he definitely has the swing to do it. Cherniski looking for out number 1. Vogren pushes over towards short. There's out number 1 at second, and as well out number 2 at first. It's a big 6-4-3 double play for the first 2 outs of the inning. A runner will remain on at third. But Ohio Hustle 1 out away from ending this inning and giving themselves their final chance to get back in it. 9 of the 10 runs from Clutch Elite have been scored in 2 innings. 4 in the first and 5 now in the 7th. Really interesting to see how this one has worked out that way. And now Bergeron, a tapper right back to the mound. It's a foot race and an easy flip to first to end the inning. Cherinsky able to settle in at the end and get the final 3 outs. But Clutch Elite, without an out being recorded, plates 5. To the bottom of the 7th we go. Last chance for Ohio Hustle. It is Clutch Elite up by a field goal on SmeeSports.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
From coming in to steady the ship to now being in line for the win. A big change for Camden McNulty on the mound, but the goal is still the same. 3 outs, and you walk out of here. But in this case, you walk out with a win. 10-7 your score. What a chain of events. 5 runs scored in the top of the 7th for Clutch Elite. And they now have their second biggest lead of the day in 3 runs. For Hustle, it's go time. They need to figure it out with Kearns, Hurt, and Carbone 3 through 5 due up. And it's 2 balls to begin from McNulty. Once again, stick with us after our final commercial break as we announce our player of the game, presented by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. The 2-0, a fly ball sent into right field towards Lemon. He made a great play to end the 6th, and a good one to start the 7th. It's 1 up, 1 down. Of course, he had the game-changing hit. A big impact player with that catch, first of all, and then the 2 RBI triple that just kind of floated it over everybody and tied the game up. With that player of the game conversation, the dialogue completely flips in favor of Clutch Elite players. We'll have to see who ends up walking away with that one when it's all said and done. First pitch runs well inside. So a 1-0 count on Hurts. But this team has battled well today, and even if this result doesn't go their way, I don't think that should be a negative reflection on this group. To go down 4-0 in the first inning, already 1-3 on the year, to battle back the way they did, to take the lead the way they did, and to give their all the way they did, it is nothing to scoff at, especially in summer ball. Going forward, it might sting for a day, but you have a few more chances coming up to make amends for it. It's a learning experience, but it shows you that you are on the right track to competing with some of the best teams in the area. And right now, early on in the summer, that's enough. If you can't compete at the highest level against some of the best teams, then who knows where you can go. The 3-1, swing and a miss. Full count now, 3-2. All this is about getting better for the summer, yes, but even more so, getting better for the spring. Still plenty of time. Payoff pitch bounces in for ball 4. So it'll be a 1-out walk for Hurt the DH, and that'll bring us to Carbone. Carbone so far today, a double play, a ground out, and a fly out. Tying run now in the on-deck circle for Ohio Hustle. Time as well, 2:49, so the time limit, it has been reached. And that ball will be flown foul. So if for some reason it does end 10-10 after 7, that would be your final. It's a weird one. At that point, if it does become 10-10, Clutch will be fighting for a tie. The 0-1, a fly ball now sent into shallow left field. And it is going to be called off at the shortstop, and he gets taken down from beneath. But he still makes the grab for out number 2. And I think those two now will exchange a laugh. If that dropped, that would not be a laugh. That would be an all-out brawl. But you made the play. It's okay. You'll laugh about it later on tonight. But now Clutch Elite's defense 1 out away from sealing the deal. Just watching this one pack. Just completely tackled him. In the spirit of the World Cup, that's a red card, my friend. You're out. You cannot do that. And Carson Gibbs trying to keep this game going for Ohio Hustle. McNulty sets and fires and will miss low for ball 1. One final reminder. Up next, Wow Factor, Forest, Ohio. The game of the day. It should be a fun one at around 3:30. The 1-0 backs him out for ball 2. If Gibbs gets on, Hahn will be the tying run, and Hall would be the winning run. Here's the 2-0, grounder over towards short. This should do it. There's the out at 2, and down 2, entering the 7th inning. It is a comeback win for Clutch Elite, 10-7 your final. Plating 5 in the 7th is enough to get it done. What a comeback for the boys in black. When we return, we will announce our player of the game, presented by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, as you are watching College Tour Baseball on the SmeeSports YouTube channel.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Welcome back to Schoonover Stadium. 10-7 your final in game number 2 of our triple header today. Clutch Elite knocks off Ohio Hustle, improving to 5-2 on the season. Your player of the game, presented by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. It'll go to Jonathan Lemon. 2 triples, including the tying 2 RBI triple. A big hit for him, of course, had that big play in right field to end the 6th. A web gem that kept it 7-5. That momentum was the catalyst for the rally, and for that, he earns player of the game honors for game number 2 of the day. But we have one more left to go. It has been a matchup that we have been looking to see happen for a while now. Ever since last year's A 7-4 win for Ohio Forest Mancuso. A big win for them over a great team in the Wow Factor. They do battle again today. Wow Factor looking for redemption. Forest Mancuso looking to keep it the status quo. Time to flip on over to game link number 3 of the day to watch that exciting battle. But I am Nathan Smee signing off for now at Schoonover Stadium. 10-7 your final in game number 2. Clutch League gets the win over Ohio Hustle as you are watching College Tour Baseball on the SmeeSports YouTube channel.